welcome back to another episode of the Gong Legacy Let's Play series. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Today we are at the Gong family home in San Myshuno, where Reina's mom and dad lives. It's currently storming really badly outside, but the parents are currently cooking up a storm and waiting for their children to arrive, which is going to be any time now because it is pretty late, to be honest, and they're already grabbing a little bit of food for themselves while they wait for their children because they're hungry now and the food looks really good. And Reina and Wei Xiang has arrived and they are now sitting at the chairs near the dining table waiting for the food to be ready. It's almost ready, they're just like catching up right now, even though they just saw each other yesterday. What was it, the day before? Something like that. But you know, they are very close siblings, so they're just hanging out and talking and catching up. And Reina's like, hey bro, how's everything going? How is your business? How's the app going? And she's like, oh, that's so cool. As usual, eating time with the Sims is really chaotic. I have absolutely lost all hope of them sitting down for a meal, to be honest. But for the most part, they did stay seated for a really long time, so I'm going to count that as a win. Anyways, they're just having their first inaugural weekly meal and they look really cute doing it. That's all I can really say, to be honest. I wanted this to be so much smoother, but as usual, it's not going to happen. And anyways, I think they're all done eating. We do have a feast though. We have like xiaolong bao and wonton soup, and we also have bibimbap because I just wanted some sort of like rice meal to go around with the whole thing. So I think I'm just gonna put this away for now. I think I'm gonna get Hui Ting to play the piano a little bit and just like for old time's sake have the family hang out together for a bit. Reina is still hanging on to her bowl of soup while she's watching her mom perform, which is really fun. As Hui Ting was just doing her thing, they all heard the doorbell ring, and when they answered the door, this was who they found at the door. This is Li Yin-yi, one of Reina's childhood friend that she hasn't seen in, I want to say about 5 years. So Reina is now really excited and very pleasantly surprised to see him appear in front of her eyes. And Reina is probably saying like, oh my goodness, I had no idea you were coming back. Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you give us a call? And he's like, this has been in the works for a while. I really wanted this to be a surprise, so I told my parents to not call you. But it's just me though, my parents are not back yet. Yin-yi here has actually spent his high school and university years overseas, so I think Reina hasn't actually seen him since they were about like 16 maybe 17. And everyone's like so excited to see Yin-yi that they're just staying up a little bit and catching up with him. I think Yin-yi is like, I know it's really late right now, so I wonder if you're free tomorrow. We can totally catch up over a meal or coffee or something. And she's like, oh my goodness, of course, I would love to. How dare you not let me know that you're coming back, and I am so underprepared for your welcome, so we have to totally celebrate your coming back. I missed you so much. And with that, Reina thinks it's time to go home now, so we shall see you guys when we get back from school tomorrow perhaps, because there's nothing much she's going to do other than crash when she gets home. It is currently 12 p.m. and Reina has just come home from both her final exams for the semester and giving her final presentation for her other class, so she's completely done with her semester today. And she's just doing some yoga and making sure that she at least follows through with her daily yoga routine before she heads out. She has arranged with Yin-yi to meet up at a cafe a little bit later, like at around like 3 p.m. So she thought she just had enough time to just at least do some yoga before that happens. And yeah, she's just currently thinking about how it's so strange that he's back now. She hasn't seen him for so long. Yin-yi has always hung out with her since they were literally kids because their parents are friends, and she's pretty much grown up spending all her time with Yin-yi when she's out of school. I imagine they also went to the same like grade school together and maybe even middle school. So up to the point where Yin-yi has had to follow his parents and move overseas, they were pretty much inseparable, I'd say. I guess because of the nature of high school and stuff, they did fall out of contact a little bit. The bond is still there, they're still friends. She does think of him once in a while, but you know, high school brings with it a whole other wave of drama and responsibilities and exams and stuff, so she hasn't really had the time much to be too, concerned with the past. And so all in all, she was pleasantly surprised, but also it kind of feels very weird that Ini is back now. Like, she didn't actually think that he'd be back so soon, or if at all, because I imagine that Ini's parents had moved overseas semi-permanently for their work, but they still hold a house here, of course. There's so much to catch up with Ini and so much to ask, so she really can't wait for that coffee date. And it's so strange seeing him all grown up as well, to be honest. Ooh, Rui Xiang has just called us and he says, "It all happened so quickly, but I'm thrilled I have a newly adopted cat to come home to every day. Would you like to meet them?" I'm gonna imagine that this conversation happened like actually last night when they were having dinner and not actually now. But this is a good time for me to show you guys that Rui Xiang has indeed adopted a cat. And I think we're definitely going to go and meet up with Rui Xiang and see the new cat. So we're gonna cancel right now, but it is definitely something that we will be doing perhaps later in this episode. So right now I'm just getting Reina to go maybe just take a shower, a regular shower, so that she can prepare to go meet up with Ini soon, because it is already 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm gonna get her to change into something else. I think because she's just meeting with Ini and it's nothing special, it's just a date over coffee, she doesn't really care, but so she's going to just change into this. Just wear some jeans instead of athleisure wear. It's still kind of athleisure, but you know what I mean. It's Reina we're talking about anyway, so she's going to travel there right now, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okie dokie, we're here right now in the world of Windenburg, and this is the cafe that they've agreed to meet at. Reina has always wanted to visit here because she has heard good things about their baked goods, and this is a good chance to try out their stuff as well as catch up over coffee. You would have noticed that Reina and Ini has a little bit of a romance bar going on, and that's because they spent their entire childhood together, right? And before he left for overseas, I imagine there were some romance blossoming before life got in the way and he had to move away, but it's been quite a while now and nothing much happened. Reina has gotten her grades for this semester and she got a B+. She did go out literally every night while she's at school though, so I'm not actually that surprised that her term GPA is B+. She did quite well for building with cells, but not that good for anatomy with amateurs, but I think it's okay. She's definitely not done as well as she could have, but I think she understands that it is also because of her own behavior that it's like this, but I think she's okay with it for now. It's like still the first semester after all. Okay, now instead of signing up for another term immediately, I'm going to get Reina to sign up in about like a day or two. So we're going to pretend that between every semester there's a little bit of a break. That way it's a little bit more believable and it leaves us more time away from university as well. If not, we're just going to be university slaves for a really long time. So we'll enroll when we are ready. But just like I was saying, they had a little bit of a romance going on until he had to move away, and since then it's been no hard feelings, nothing really happened anyways. They didn't manage to really address it before Ini had to go, and they were still too young anyway, so they didn't really do anything. We're not going to do much romance stuff at the moment. We're just trying to catch up about what he's been doing and how has things been overseas. I imagine that he's grown into I guess fine young man. I think he just excused himself to go get himself a drink, and Reina is just sitting here thinking to herself like how nice it is that he's back, and she's thinking that he has actually matured so much by living overseas and being away from everybody so far. Aww, some people have joined us. Ini is back with some yummy cake and some tea. Our conversation got cut short a little, but that's okay because now we're back and Ini is having cake right beside us. Right now we're gonna get Ini to tell Reina about his new job. So Ini is back here because he has recently graduated from university and he has gotten himself a job in the investing world. He studied economics when he was in university and he took up a job in investing because that's kind of like his family business as well. So he just kind of carried on with it. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but they're actually like having a disagreement. I think they just said something wrong, honestly. I think she just got a little bit aggravated because Ini tried to offer her business advice and stuff, and she's like, hello? Don't bring your work into this conversation, we're catching up. I don't know if he can actually apologize, but I do want him to. Reina just blew him a kiss on her own. Okay, hold on. This is too much for me to handle. I think Reina is kind of feeling a little flirty, saying that her childhood sweetheart, almost childhood sweetheart, is back home, and Inni does kind of feel the same. He is actually feeling quite flirty at the moment as well. I think things are going pretty well for these two, and they're just really happy to meet, but they're just catching up, and I'm still trying to explain to you the content of their conversation, but they have gotten ahead of me and started flirting with each other, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is a sign. We're not gonna move too fast though. He literally just came home. There's definitely way too much to say in one coffee meeting, but just glad to see that he's back and doing well, and he's gotten himself a very amazing new job after graduating. I do imagine that they're about the same age, maybe 1 or 2 years older than her, and because he moved overseas, he managed to graduate a lot earlier than Reina did. 1 or 2 years might be a little bit too far-fetched. Let's keep like 3 to 4 years older than Reina, but they did kind of grow up together, you know. Like, I imagine that he probably is about the same age as Rui Xiang is, but because maybe Rui Xiang didn't go to the same school as they had, or Rui Xiang didn't vibe along with them as much as these two did, so Rui Xiang was never as close to Inni as Reina had always been. So that's why. But yeah, I think one of the most important questions that I would really want Reina to ask him, and she's definitely going to ask him, is how long are you going to be here for? Are you going to go back anytime soon? And he's going to tell her that I'm actually going to be here for quite a while. I just got transferred over here to this office, so I'll be here for at least the next couple of years. So Reina is definitely like, oh my goodness, that is very good news. And it's starting to get really late, like really late, because sim stuff. So Reina is going to say bye. I think she's just going to give Inni a hug and not do anything too much. Ooh, we haven't actually given Inni a compliment on his appearance yet. Let's definitely do that, because she hasn't actually seen him in so long, and he's grown up to be such a good looking guy, you know? So that's definitely something that she really wants him to know, and I think with that we're going to go home now. I'm happy that they managed to hang out till late and catch up with each other, and Reina is just gonna go home now because it's really late. Okay, so Reina is home now, and she's going to deal with her needs a little, and she's gonna go to sleep. But before that, we're going to get her to once again do some laundry. And also, we just got a notification to pay our bills. Our bills is 1,200 simoleons. We're going to pay it right now. And because our parents are paying for our bill, and they're also giving us living expenses as well, I am going to in total give, I'm thinking they're going to give her 5,000 simoleons every single time. I know the rent is only 1,200 simoleons, but you know, her parents are well to do and they don't own her very much, so the amount of money that they give her, she's free to spend it however she likes. And they do have like trust and understanding that Reina does not squander the money that they give her, so they actually feel really comfortable with just having Reina have the money like that. So I guess with every bill that comes in that we have to pay, we're just going to become richer and richer because our parents give us so much money. Anyways, Reina's gonna go to bed now, and we're going to see what we're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe we'll see if Rui Xiang is free, and we can go and visit Rui Xiang and his newly adopted cat. Good morning everybody. Today it is spring cleaning day. So it is the day before the eve of Lunar New Year. Just to show you guys a little bit of a look at the calendar, we do have spring cleaning day, which is really important because we have to sweep away all the bad luck of the year and make way for new, fresh luck and prosperity for the new year. And then on the eve of Lunar New Year, we do have to go back to our parents' place for a reunion dinner, and then we do have day 1 and day 2 of the Lunar New Year season as well that we'll be celebrating. So we're definitely entering a very festive period. So all things considered, I think we will probably be re-enrolling back into school after everything is done. So with that said, we're definitely going to do some spring cleaning, of course. So we're going to go and dry our laundry now and have some breakfast as well. There is a NAP inspector here. I guess we haven't really been participating in our neighborhood stuff as well, so maybe we can go and actually see what we do have to do, because I'm not actually sure Let's check our neighborhood action plans. We do have eco-friendly appliances and rough housing is encouraged in our neighborhood, which is pretty cool. Maybe this week we should try to participate a little bit in this quite passively. I'm not sure if we really want to do a modern development in Conifer Station. We could. Wouldn't modern development make everything a little bit cleaner? Or was it the green initiative one? We should add this one in. Maybe we'll see if we will be able to do one of these on Friday or something. Remember to vote and all that. Because currently the world is definitely a little bit dirty. Not that Reina really minds much because oh no, our machine is broken. We're going to hire a repair service because we don't know how to fix this on our own. And I think Xue Ting is coming to meet us now. We're just going to welcome her in and just say hi. We haven't seen Xue Ting in a little bit now. So in terms of the neighborhood action plans, I feel like generally it's a good idea to be a little bit more active with trying to better the whole surrounding. I think Reina just feels like it's common sense to make the place that she's staying a little bit better, no matter how it is. Oh, and our repair person is here. We're just having like some regular conversation. Maybe she's just chatting about nothing and everything. Spending some time together because Xue Ting just wants to, right, like come in and hang out with us. We should totally ask her to go back so that she could go and do her spring cleaning as well. I mean, it is Chinese New Year for all of us, not just for Reina and her family. Maybe she's like, why do you not have to spring clean as well? And she's like, I'm gonna do it later. I'm kind of like procrastinating right now. Arranging flowers is also a tradition during spring cleaning day. So let's do daisies and bluebells. I think that's gonna be quite cute. I think she's gonna spend the afternoon doing this. She will probably have to clean a little bit more as well, so perhaps we can just click on some surfaces and make sure that she cleans them. I think she has very successfully cleaned her house well. So while she takes her shower, we are going to help her put up some Chinese New Year decorations around the place. We don't really have many things that we can use, so we're going to make do, I guess, with whatever the base game has given us with the Chinese New Year decorations. I haven't actually gone around to search and see if there are Chinese New Year decorations, custom content for me to download, so that's on me. But I think with all of these things, we actually do have quite enough to at least make a house look a little bit more festive for the season. The Lunar New Year time is also kind of considered the spring festival because we celebrate it in spring, right? So I think some floral decorations, kind of nice. It's kind of sad that we don't have like too many things that we could use to to represent Chinese New Year, but I think we've done enough. I mean, we're not going to be celebrating Chinese New Year in our house anyways. This is really just because Reina wants to do so. If anything, I think we're doing a lot more than I expected, I guess. I wish this fish was, you know, red instead of black, but we're going to use it anyways. Yeah, I think that's kind of nice. I quite like it. Okay, now that we're all ready, it is exactly 6 p.m. Wow. I think we're gonna go and visit our brother. You know what, maybe we're going to call our brother right now and then we're gonna ask him if we can bring Ini over with us because Ray Xiang hasn't really gotten a chance to talk to Ini yet, and Ini just got back. I know they're not close, but they must have some common topics now that they are both older and both doing some sort of businessy things. And also it's a good way to hang out more with Ini. I imagine Ray Xiang's like, okay, whatever, you can bring him. Why not? We can catch up as well. We're just gonna call Ini right now and ask him if he's free as well, and if he is, then we're going to go over right now. And I think he's gonna be like, yes, of course I'm free. I would love to hang out again with you and your brother both, and to hang out with the cute little cat. Of course, why not? Alright, we are now here at the house that Ray Xiang shares with his business partner and his business partner's girlfriend. Look who's here, ready to greet us. Say hi to the prettiest adopted cat I've ever seen, The Sims. Randomly generated. Look at this. This is Ling Long. Ling Long means exquisite in Chinese, and I thought it was like the cutest name for a little pet cat. Reina is now chatting with Ray Xiang as Ling Long is just hanging around the house. Look at how chubby and cute Ling Long is. I cannot stand it. It's so cute. Let me just do a cat cam real quick because I can't stand it. Where is Ling Long going? Ling Long's gonna steal food, or rather, Ling Long wants to steal food. After the cat cam, I'm not sure where Wei Xiang went. So Reina is currently just on the couch talking to Ini a little bit. Reina has already introduced herself to the cat, but the cat doesn't seem to really like people very much other than Wei Xiang, so that's kind of a tragic thing. I do want to like try again though, so I want to see where Ling Long went. I'm not actually that sure. We do have some food though. I wonder if Ling Long's like kind of trying to get some food, I guess. Perhaps we could get Wei Xiang to come out here and just call everybody to meal. Maybe Wei Xiang can also introduce us to the rest of the household as well. That would be nice. I see that Ini has gone to pick up the guitar by the porch to play for a little bit for some reason. Ling Long's like leaving us again too. Where are they going to go eat now? Is it the living room? Are we going to... Oh, we're going to eat in the dining room. That's good. And I think Wei Xiang's housemates are joining us at the table too, so we'll just hang out. I'll get Reina to give Wei Xiang's business partner and housemate a friendly introduction. His name is Tai Minnan. He has his hair dyed, but he is absolutely Chinese. And he is kind of like the creative mind behind their company actually, Wei Xiang and Minnan's company. And Minnan is staying here in this house with Wei Xiang and Minnan's partner, who is nowhere to be found actually. I wonder if she's still at... Oh, she's currently sleeping. I guess we'll leave her to it. Oh, Ling Long is here. Ling Long cat cam. Hold on, I'm very distracted. Look at how pretty Ling Long is. It's just like Wei Xiang to be adopting a cat as exquisite as Ling Long. Look at that. So we're just having polite conversation right now. We're going to enthuse about meal. I think it's made by Minnan. Yeah, Minnan made it. So thank you so much for making the food and allowing me to eat it. I think Minnan knew that they were going to expect guests this evening, so he went ahead and made some food. I think growing up, Reina might have been quite a clingy sister, or like quite a dependent sister. So she still, you know, she enjoys talking to Wei Xiang whenever. I think everybody has decided that it is time to leave because it is pretty late. It is 1:30. It's just like The Sims. The clock just moves too fast in this game. Anyways, we're going to hug our brother lovingly, and then we're going to say goodbye. Ini and Reina is gonna go now. Ini is also here and he's ready to leave us. Before Reina and Ini goes home, they have decided to walk across the street from the house right there, and they decided to sit down on a bench and making little jokes to each other, just like the old days actually. It's obvious that they do enjoy each other's company very much, which is why they're still not going home even though it's like 2+ a.m. in the morning. There is something in the air and the tension is almost tangible, but they are still quite doubtful because Ini has only been back for 2 days and they're a little bit older now, and they know that there's no merit in rushing things too fast, so they're not actually actively doing anything much. But it's getting really late now, so Ini is going to send Reina back home now. I imagine that if this was in real life, Ini will have a car and he would have driven Reina and himself here, and he is going to drive Reina back home as well. So I'm going to just get Ini to send Reina back home now. Ini has seen Reina to the door. Ini is just going to give Reina a nice embrace. I feel like as they spent the last 2 days together, their romance bar has gone up quite a bit. And then Reina is going to bid him goodbye, and he's going home now. It is very late and he also has to get back to San Myshuno where he's staying, and Reina is really tired. We're going to pretend it's about like 4 a.m. now. She has just taken a shower and gotten ready for bed. I know it says 6:30 but it's not, it's like 4:30. And I'm going to just see you guys in the morning when Reina wakes up. Alright, okay, so not much time has passed realistically, but we're going to pretend that Reina has had a good night's sleep. It is currently 8:30 a.m. She feels quite rested, but not too much, so we're going to get her to brew some coffee. The plans for today, which we're not going to be playing of course, because I think we're going to go to Chinese New Year next week. The plan is to go over to her parents' place for a reunion dinner, so we're probably starting out next week's episode about the same, but with more Chinese New Year festivities, hopefully. I'm not sure what Reina is going to be getting around to, but she's currently just having some coffee, and I think she feels a lot more energized now to do something. So I'm gonna get her to do some laundry, because it's just something you gotta have to do as a sim that stays alone. She also has to clean out some spoiled food as well, and I think she's done with her spring cleaning, so there's nothing much to do. She still has this on her balcony. I'm gonna get Reina to add a vase to it, and we're gonna get her to harvest all of the plants out here. Is there no way for me to use this as decoration in the house? I'm going to put this on the living room table. I'm going to move this up here, and then we're gonna put this humongous flower at an angle right here maybe. And yeah, I think there's nothing much else for Reina to do other than quite a few bits and pieces of housework before she goes and do her morning yoga. So let's get her to do that yoga routine. We're gonna do a energy centering one, and while we're doing that, we're going to, as usual, listen to some new age music. And I think this is where we're going to leave you, because I do not want to cut into the whole Lunar New Year festivities, which is super duper important in Chinese culture. So we're going to definitely leave time for that to happen next week. And I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Lots of things happened. We reunited with our childhood sweetheart, best friend. That is also very fun. I hope you guys like him. Let me know what you think about Inyi down below. What do you guys think of him as a potential endgame partner? Or rather just like, what do you guys think of him as a partner in general? It's way too soon to be thinking about endgame right now. Her story is just starting. But I would love to know what you guys think, so definitely leave me comments down below. I would love to chat with you all there. And with that said, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching all the way to this point if you have. I hope you guys have a nice rest of the day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!